Hello, everyone.
Love that.
Love that for you.
Love that.
It's our last show of the year.
Can you believe it?
Our recap of the year, but we're not doing that. Maybe we'll do it in January.
Yeah, maybe we should do that the first show. Then do hauls and reads. Maybe not review something one time. That'd be nice for us, I think.
That's a good idea. Just like a talking show. What a little treat.
What a treat.
We could talk about it when we're together in person.
We could talk about our goals and stuff.
Oh,
are we gonna have some goals? Reading goals?
We can start our Pros for Hoes book club.
Oh my gosh, we have to.
I told Jessica she's in charge, but if Mary wants to be in charge instead, that's fine. So just something that's not us, because we're not reliable.
We'll definitely invite Mary, but I think Jessica, she's got that hat on of she's going to conduct. She's got it. She's so good at it. Even just I love how we're just talking about things now. Even just her Twitter thread of pros. Jessica, if you're watching this, love it so much. You're the best.
She's about to get dinner with Lee, so I don't know if she's watching or not.
Oh, yes, I know best friends. Best friends. I'm so jealous of all of you.
I need to pack for tomorrow, so I was
you guys are in the best area. You got Lee, you got Jessica, you got you.
We have a plan
Come on.
to take you. We are making plans. We will continue to line up jobs for you, and we're going to figure it out.
What's happening?
I'm not letting this go.
Let's do it.
Anyways, guys. So I know that we just talked about whatever, but hello, everyone. Welcome to Fangirlz Assemble. We very rarely introduce ourselves at all. Why not? We just won't do whatever. But that's who we are. Happy Wednesday. Before we get talking about One Piece, we are continuing our marathon up. We did take a little bit of a break, which I think is a responsible thing to do when you're handling a behemoth like manga One Piece. But we are back with Dressrosa Part 2. And let me tell you, where you can buy some One Piece manga
oh my gosh,
for some discounted prices. I'm talking up to 50% off sometimes, depending on what the books are and what the publisher is. That's InStockTrades.com. And let me tell you this. If you spend at least $50 in the U.S.,
what happens?
Get free shipping.
That's amazing.
I know.
And it's not just any old free shipping.
You guys probably got some Christmas money. I didn't. But I know some of you did. And there's no way Kristan didn't get IST gift cards, which is ridiculous.
I didn't, surprisingly.
What? Did you get comic books for Christmas? Actually, you don't want to get me comic books for Christmas, which I'm so thankful for. So whenever I get a package, I'm like,
you're welcome.
I get so excited.
Every time I'm like, you need this.
Here we go.
Go to IST.
Yeah.
InStockTrades.com, the best. They still have those great deals on the front page. There's been new books that are coming out that are really great. Check out the new releases. Absolutely. It's great stuff. Great stuff.
I'll be treating myself eventually, but I just remembered after watching our last Dressrosa video, part of it, that there's a figure I haven't bought of Rebecca dressed as Soldier-san. So I said I would do it by Christmas, and I lied.
Well,
but to be great, honestly, I put on my wish list. Ellie didn't get it for me, so.
Oh, Elliot.
Yeah, not one figure. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh, was he like, you have enough?
No, he just bought me other things, which is fine.
Okay, good.
But I had to buy a Yara Floor pop figure for myself.
I mean, what?
I know.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Well, hey, you could still buy it before 2022 at least. There's your new goal.
That's true. I'm tempted, but I should save money because I'm visiting my platonic best friend and soulmate tomorrow. Platonic soulmate and best friend tomorrow. That's one Kristan, aka Comic Slayer in real life.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be crazy.
To hang out and forget to post.
Oh, it'll 100% happen.
We gotta at least do one
That's fine.
Selfie.
They don't have to know.
Yeah, I'll use my TikTok once. Just kidding. That's like
love that.
That's super hidden from the world. I thought Twitter was my original hidden thing, which is not anymore. But hidden from family. TikTok is super hidden. Friends only.
Oh, I gotta add you on TikTok. I only have one to look at things.
I don't post anything. I just send things.
Okay. Well, I want it to be sent.
So my picture
sent to me
is from Ernesto the Sloth or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good. Love that.
So guys, welcome. We are doing One Piece today. And James, you're right. We will be talking about the birdcage. I made notes the best that I could of talking points.
And Maddie's
we
killing
have
it.
promised each other that for the next arc, which is which is shorter, so we can start testing the waters on this, we will actually take real notes and have real discussions about it.
Yeah, I need to.
Unlike us panicking every time, being like, "I think this is what happened."
It's bad. I'm ready. I got it. I got both ready. Okay, we're good. We're good.
We need to get you like a Chopper notepad. So, speaking of which, did you know it was Chopper's birthday last week?
Oh no, I didn't.
His birthday's on Christmas.
Oh, darling, that's so cute.
Yeah,
it's so cute.
It's so cute.
I love it.
So there is a lot to cover in this arc, as there was in the beginning of this arc. But we left off like right at the end of the Colosseum, basically. Correct? Which was 744. I looked back at what our chapters were. So hopefully I'm not incorrect. We'll see.
I think that's right.
So we left off with the whole cruise in Dressrosa. They're there for a variety of reasons. And they show up and they kind of get brought into a whole bunch of conflict. Because they're there to get, the Ace's fruit. And inevitably they're going to help overthrow a kingdom. Right? From Doflamingo. And also, Law is there because he's asked their help to overtake Doflamingo. And we learn more about that as well. So Sabo's here. He's got the fruit. The tournament's done. I can't remember if Frankie has not yet defeated Senior Pink, but we've already seen Senior Pink's backstory? Maybe?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. And at this point, I believe Usopp's already defeated Pudding. So we start off, one of the things I do want to talk about first, before we get into Law's backstory, all the other things that are happening, the big fight, etc. The most important part is God Usopp, which is my favorite thing.
Yeah.
My favorite thing. It's the goofiest thing. I laugh so hard watching it. I laugh so hard reading it. When they after him defeating Sugar, and basically to the point of death, as Usopp tends to do, which is always like he defeats something with in really weird scenarios. Every time he fights an enemy, it's always like a girl, and she always ends up with like a really disgusted, weird face at the end before she defeated.
Yeah.
But he is nicknamed God Usopp partly because of what happened, and partly because of the way that he saved. What are their names? The little people.
The
Tontadas.
Yeah, I was like, I know it's a T.
The Tontadas.
Tostitos.
After lying to them and saying like, "Hey, I'm the guy," right? And all of his lies come true. He does save the Tontadas. And he saves all the people that were turned into toys, which means that we also have Soldier-san back in his regular form, which is also
Beautiful.
adorable. But I do miss Soldier-san a little bit. But I'm glad that he's back.
I do too, because it was really cute.
Knows.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
But basically, the bounties come out after this, which I'm surprised they had time. So like, Doflamingo is like trying to release these so people go and get him as well. But we have all the bounties out, and everyone's got some pretty hefty bounties. But
except
Usopp's is the most. Doflamingo gets him like a star rating, and like I can't remember who everybody is, but I'm pretty sure like Sanji's is 3. Like most of them are around 3, and then Usopp is 5, and he's called God Usopp in there, and Zoro loses it. The whole crew immediately starts negging him like a loser. Like, yeah, God Usopp can take care of this one, which is beautiful.
Love that.
And poor Chopper.
That's my favorite though. Cracks me up. It's what is it like? Yeah, it's like 100.
But went up like 50 bears.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's too bad.
And I remember there's at One Piece Tokyo Tower, rest in peace. There, after the whole God Usopp thing came back, because I went before this happened and after this happened to Tokyo. They had a little shrine for God Usopp.
I love that so much.
Right? It's beautiful.
How is that place not around anymore?
God, the pandemic ruined it. And so now I just have One Piece stores, which is great. But I always wanted to eventually take you to One Piece Tokyo Tower.
I would love it.
Because it's the best thing ever.
I mean, it has to come back, right? Like maybe after.
Frankie's Cola Bar and Sanji's restaurant.
That's so good.
You get to take a little like Den Mushi for Robin and find all the poneglyphs.
Oh, that's cute.
There's like a gambling thing for Nami. There's sharpshooting for Usopp. A thing for Chopper's birthday. Like it's It's everything you could ever want.
That's wonderful.
Should I go by my talking points, or should I ask what you thought first? I just started jumping into this.
I like your talking points. Let's do that.
Okay. So next thing I want to talk about a lot is Law's backstory. How did you feel about this? Because this is the big thing, and people love the other main character in this Corazon, Doflamingo's brother. So people at home, Law's backstory, we learn that after his entire nation is raged by this plague thing that he was sick from, right? And eventually was able to cure himself of. He is saved by Corazon, who is Doflamingo's brother, and he ends up joining their pirates, kind of to get revenge on them. But ultimately, they form this sort of very beautiful, almost fatherly relationship between the two of them, and ultimately knows that he needs to save him too, because Law reveals his middle name, which is Trafalgar D. Law, which is our first instance of people kind of acknowledging the D thing, and how it's a really big deal. There's some sort of weight to it that could put him in danger. So this is a big deal, because at this point fans are connecting who the D's are, because you've got Luffy, Blackbeard, of course, Ace, Goldie, Roger. Anyways, and you also learn that Corazon and Doflamingo are part of the nobles, so those crazy people that had weird helmets on, so that level. His parent was no, we don't want to be a part of this, which is respectable. And of course Doflamingo is a little shit, and he's no, we had something there, and you guys suck, and ultimately became a really shitty person. But yeah, so how did you feel about Law's backstory, and more most importantly, the joy, the beauty that is Corazon?
Yeah, loved him so much. That whole thing, their whole relationship made me really happy. I wondered, because everybody's oh, Law's my favorite since we've been doing this, and I'm why? Because I don't have
cool guy.
I'm just why? Just because he's cool and he's got a hat? I don't know. I don't understand. But I get it. It's every time someone's they're my favorite, I'm why? And then we get a backstory. I'm oh, that's why.
Oh,
every time there's a backstory, it's there to make you sad and upset and appreciate people more. And it works every time. And I'm oh yeah, I get it. I love Law. I get it so much. Little baby who survived.
Devastating. And we don't normally do spoilers, but we do spoilers in the One Piece one, because there's just no way to get through it if you don't. But Corazon hiding away Law to save him, and him kind of saying those last words to him through there, and then ultimately dying right next to it, is the most devastating thing.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely devastating. One of the most devastating backstories. There's so many of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that one, you really start to love this guy and what he stands for and what he's trying to do. And it just wrecks you. And now you understand Law's whole because he was already kind of I shouldn't downplay it. He was kind of mad after his whole place was wiped out with the disease. Naturally.
Just a tad.
So he's a little rough around the edges. But that whole interaction, Corazon saving him, it makes sense then why his goofy crew follows him, because he's got a lot of heart to him, and it makes sense why he becomes a doctor and all of these other things, because his crew is goofy.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them in a while. We're going to, but one of them's a big old polar bear named Beppo.
It's the best.
And the rest of them just have really silly outfits all the time. So of course,
it's a silly crew.
But yeah, now you know, and you also know that that's the reason Law is here. It's not because of what he said before. He's basically just using Luffy and the whole crew, which he admits to get here to enact revenge against Doflamingo, which honestly I get, and nobody else cared.
Good for you, man.
Luffy's
That's
not
cool.
gonna care. He's you're my friend.
Yeah.
It's hey.
He'll help no matter what.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we also learn, which is kind of jumping ahead to big battle time, that Law has since they arrived on the island, he's done his big like block power, you know what I mean? Somebody's gonna name it, but I already forgot it, around the whole island.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been like at the ready to control things, which is insane. But he was able to do that and still like do things within there at all. So
Yeah, the whole time that was happening, I was like, how are you this powerful? Like, this is crazy. When you actually think about that, like, what? It's a very like WandaVision situation. I'm like, how are you that powerful?
Well, in this one, we're starting to like, because people are getting their power stronger. It's happening. More characters are like coming to their like different hockey. Like we learned about armament hockey and all these things. Like all of our crew learned a bunch of Water 7 before they left. But even like Usopp's getting new hockey, like the Sixth Sense hockey. I meant to write down the name of that hockey, but I did not. Anyways. But even more importantly, we learned about awakening, which is a totally new thing, which is what Doflamingo does. So we know he fights with like strings and stuff, which is pretty interesting. But he can turn anything into strings almost, like make clones of himself. He's made a bird cage around the whole island of these strings that you can't get out of. He's able to like shrink it. So his devil fruit power is awakened past what you would assume he could do. And so now we know that like people's power can awaken in a different way. And now I can talk about my theory, which I think, because when this happened, everyone's like, what does this mean for devil fruit? And I think Robin's going to be able to do the same thing. Because it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
The way that she uses her power, like, I think she's going to have an awakening. And if she doesn't, Oda, come on.
But yeah, what do you do, man?
I don't know. If you're going to pick someone in the crew to have a like awakening of their hockey, hockey, but their devil fruit, that's her. It doesn't make sense for anyone else.
It should be.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, that's all. That would be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, James has a question. Who had the best background, Sabo or Law? Law, I think.
They're both really good.
They're really good.
I love the Sabo just because you get to see everybody as a baby, like little guys.
They're a little adopted mom.
Yeah. Oh.
And Garp, who's the cutest grandpa.
Yeah. So I just thought that was adorable, but Laws was like heartbreaking in a different way, you know.
Yeah, Sabo's is way more sad now because you know that he never got to see Ace again.
Yeah.
So that's sadder to me than what happened with him. Yeah,
because like him coming together with Ace and Luffy was really like a happy thing. You know, he came from a sad background, but like it ended up being in a more uplifting situation, you know, until now.
Yeah, so he never got to, but at least he didn't see Ace die.
Yeah, gosh, yeah.
You know, but Law though.
Yeah.
And people still talk about Corazon, and so, I mean, like Ace too, of course, but like Corazon was just background. I mean, just like a like Oda put his whole body into that character. It's just a flashback character, and I see people cosplay Corazon constantly.
Oh, I love that
all the time. Okay, what next to talk about? Okay, we saw Gear 4th as Luffy's fighting Doflamingo. Now, fans are very divided on this, because some people are like, that's the goofiest shit I've ever seen. Because it does not look like the other Gears at all. Because we still have the big fist, but also his face looks more like a more like ancient Japan sort of like look. And he's got springs, which he takes from Bellamy, who we see here. No one saw this coming. So what did you think about Luffy's new power?
I was like, it's one of those things. I don't see any of this stuff coming, right? Like I can't predict any of this stuff other than there's going to be sad backgrounds, right? Yeah. But especially with Luffy, I just expected at this point, honestly, I'm like, he's going to have some weird, crazy power that like, it's going to make him look ridiculous. And it did. Yeah. But I was just like, yeah, this makes sense. Like, I'm going to roll with this. This makes sense.
Okay, so we also had more time with Fujitora, who continues to be one of the biggest badasses of all time, and really develops a friendship with Luffy. So Luffy's continuing to charm a lot of these like admirals. And out of all the admirals there, I think we can agree that like Fujitora is the best one. Now that Aokichi's like on the outs, the rest of them suck.
Yeah.
I hate them. Well, I don't hate. I really hate one of them, and that's the Elvis-looking guy that I hate. Kisari.
Who's just creepy. Yeah.
I hate him. I hate his
Creepy
dumb
face.
But Fujitora is like he's just nice. Like he obviously approaches things more like Garp does. So he's not like a white or black character.
Yeah, he's not like, this is the side and it's my side only and that's it.
And
which is nice.
The whole quote of him talking to Luffy and saying that like he wished he hadn't gotten rid of his eyesight because he really would like to look at him, like see his face.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, that whole moment, like every moment where it's clear that like he's experiencing something differently because he can't see it. I love that. I want more of that. Just how that's depicted is really interesting.
And because like we're getting a lot more in this, and we have been getting a lot more anyways of like what hockey is, because it's almost just like this weird inside like chi or ki. Like, that's what the character comes from. Like these inside powers that can be used by, I mean, anyone with the ability to. That you don't have to have a devil fruit. Like it's like Conqueror's Hockey, which is just like your will is so strong people faint. And like it's reserved for like the most powerful people. So like Luffy has it, Silver's Rayleigh had it, Doflamingo obviously has it because as they clash, you kind of see the effect of that. So it's interesting to see how this develops more, because obviously like Fujitora has sort of like a sixth sense sort of thing, like what Usopp developed in here. And I want the rest of the crew to all get something like that too. I just think it's only fair, personally.
Yeah, makes sense.
So everybody that like got freed as toys, the people in the Coliseum fighting all got released, and they're all pissed, and they all help the group together. So you get this wonderful, everyone's fighting everybody.
Yeah.
You got the Tontadas in there, so it's like this huge group, which inevitably leads into another very, very exciting thing from this, which is now there's a Straw Hat fleet, even though Luffy did not want it.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, no, we're going to follow you. And he's like, no, do your own thing. But like, no, we're going to have ships and we're going to be part of like your fleet. Not your like OG crew, but like your fleet, because we're committed to the cause. And he's like, quit it.
I love how everybody's just like, let's rally around Lucy. That's my favorite now. Just anytime anyone says Lucy, I love it so much.
But like everybody, like reading it had a different effect on me watching it, but watching it I think I cried. Probably. Because it was such a beautiful friendship moment of like everyone, like the Tontadas, like a whole group of people. Tontadas like, yeah, we're gonna do a fleet now, and we're gonna like
we're in.
And like Bartolomeo brings his whole wacky crew with him. Cavendish stays with him because I mean they're together. Obviously, according to the fandom, they're
I see that. Yeah, I see that.
You got Qin Zhao, like all these crews. So you end up with like 6 whole fleets for the Straw Hats.
That's amazing.
Help and do stuff. And you get to see some of these like going forward, but I think at the end, this will be a really big thing. Like all of his fleets are probably going to really help with something.
Because he's the king of the pirates.
Yeah. I don't know why I made that face. Yeah. Yeah, yes.
I love that. Like, it's adorable.
Yeah. He's so cool. Other big thing, Kinemon, our samurai guy, who hasn't been super busy during this, but he's continually been really funny.
Yeah.
Finds Kanjuro, his friend that he was looking for, who's also a very funny looking guy. And that doesn't mean anything just yet, but it will when they make it to Wano, which is the feudal Japan samurai island that they're from.
Nice. Okay.
What else? Man, we've made it through all my points. There's more stuff that happened. Oh, and the kingdom's reinstated. They win against Doflamingo. And Doflamingo has to go to jail. The one jail that Luffy already broke out of. So,
yeah, I feel like we'll see him again.
let's hope that it's put together well, because I don't know how it's going to be.
Is it gonna? Yeah.
But you know what is good? Bon Clay is still there, so that's what matters. He's alive, and he's there running the gay bar.
I think you said we haven't seen him again since, right?
No, the only time we've ever seen him was like it was in one of the color books, I think, and also maybe one of like the little pictures at the beginning of a chapter.
Mm.
That was the only confirmation that we had that he was alive.
Gotcha.
Which I didn't know about because I was watching at the time, and so I was like, "Well, he's got to come back because if there's not a body, they're not dead." That's One Piece rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kingdom's reinstated. Rebecca's back. The King's back. Everybody's there together, and that'll come back into play later when there's more like big kingdom stuff. Those are my notes. Any favorite points? Who's your favorite character now? What are your new favorites? New hated characters? I hate the Snot Man more than I have a lot of favorite characters, but him and Kizaru, they're definitely top 5. Because the snotty guy, you're so lucky you can't hear him talk.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Oh my god.
That's kind of how I heard it in my head.
Oh god, I hate him.
Yeah, Snot Guy sucks. Didn't like Snot Guy. Rebecca's awesome. Rebecca is wonderful. I'm glad she came back. I believe you said people want her in the crew, right?
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah,
but
maybe one day.
Her again.
Okay, that's fun. That's fun at least.
I
feel like Luffy wants.
Spoiler, but you get to see her meet Vivi from like.
Oh.
Way.
Okay.
Rebecca and Vivi and oh gosh, I should remember her name. The mermaid princess all get to meet.
Oh. So like great side characters that are just coming together and being badass. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I feel like Luffy wants everyone to join the crew now, like all the people ever. So one day the crew is gonna. I loved whenever the like super fans showed up with the ship, and everything. That cracked me up because it was just so silly and over the top. Especially the ship with the big Luffy on it.
It's so bad.
I was like, what are we doing? And then he shows up. He's like, what? What's happening?
Like, we love you.
I'll
have to send you, because there's like a canon like anime few episodes that's not in the manga that leads into One Piece Film Gold that's like centered around Bartolomeo and his crew. And you've got to watch it because it's great.
I love that. I love when they were like asking for autographs. And they're like, why can't they? They don't hear us. Okay. They're not. And then the moment like Luffy, responds and says something, they're all like, oh my gosh, good job, boss. Way to go. He did it. He talked to you. Nice. I love that so much. Yeah. It's a good time.
I love Bartolomeo. I think he's like the best thing to come out of Dressrosa.
I just love
even above Senior Pink, and that's saying a lot from me.
Yeah. He cries at everything. He's so excited.
So relatable.
Just such a joy. A joy. He's us.
I see myself a lot in him.
Yeah, he's us. He's anyone reading, watching.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Another thing we didn't talk about, but it's not really in the story, it's like in the beginning of each of the chapters, is that like Jinbei's still doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of like not Water 7. When they were in the sea or whatever. I should know.
Yeah.
He asked him to join the crew, right? And Jinbei's like, yeah, I will, but I take care of some stuff first.
Mm-hmm.
So Jinbei is still doing the things that he said he was going to do, so he hasn't gone away.
Yeah, he's doing a lot with that like mermaid cat thing in the sea, which I love. So every time I see it, I'm like, it's so big. I like it.
I just love Jinbei. So good.
Yeah, he's great.
And there's some stuff that happened in the background, but honestly, unless you're reading it week to week, it's better just we'll bring it up when it comes. Because like, one thing though I did not talk about, and I'm so thankful for the One Piece wiki. So when they announced all the bounties and stuff, I don't know if you noticed this, So normally it says like wanted dead, or dead or alive, right?
Sanji,
but
right?
Sanji's is different.
Yeah.
It's wanted alive.
Yeah.
And it's never done that before. And it also says his full name. So Sanji Vinsmoke, and it did not do that before.
And they finally changed his picture.
It probably changed his picture.
Which is nice.
Yeah. So before it was like Blackfoot Sanji or whatever, but now it says his whole name. So that is setting up something that happens like arc after next. But I remember everyone being like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
And then, later on I'm like, more Sanji backstory? That seems a little weird. He joined the ship when he was a kid. I don't know. But okay. Anyone can have backstory.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I guess that covers it.
Nicely done. I'm taking notes next time.
We're gonna kill it next time. But luckily, I guess we're gonna talk about that. So.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to write it down.
The next arc for us is the Zoe arc. And that one is very short. It is only 23 chapters.
Okay.
So, that's pretty. Let me look actually, make sure.
Yeah, if you find a chapter count, let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through my usual, because I don't know if it includes like some extra stuff or anything. Yeah, so that's it. So we just read 802 to 824.
Okay.
Because that's preparing us for Whole Cake Island, which is 825 to 902. But that's exciting. And Whole Cake Island's really fun. It's a lot of food stuff.
I keep hearing that.
And we finally get to meet Big Mom.
Oh, okay.
Who Luffy was already like, gonna kill you. But so is great. That's all animals. It's gonna be a really fun time. So there's a big cat person in there.
Oh, is it weird?
No, he's like a dude. Like,
okay.
Wait, let me find a picture. Since we're just chilling now. Cat guy. So arc.
It'll be fun. Add that, so then later Omar can be like, "What's happening?"
Oh, Nekomamushi. Yeah. Let me write his actual name. But I'm excited for you to meet him because I think you'll like him. He's very cute. There's also like a dog person, but Nekomamushi's the best part. Gonna upload it now. I know this is super exciting for everyone watching. Do. It's gonna take a second. All right. Well, how's everybody doing? Oh, here it is.
Fine.
Look at him.
Oh, who is that? I love him.
How cute is he?
What's his hand doing though?
He's just hanging on his belt. That's
oh,
all.
okay.
Oh,
okay.
No, it's injured. Never mind. He's got a cast.
Got it.
He hurt himself, so like,
I like him.
Oh, I gotta show you this picture of him playing with stuff because he's a cat. Omar's gonna log in and be like, what is happening? What is this? Can't believe you guys are almost caught up. We still have
weird.
a lot, which I'm excited to get caught up because I need to know things that are happening.
Yeah, we still have a lot, but like we're about like 80-ish% up to current. That's crazy.
Yeah. 2 more, and then we're into the current arc.
I think someone asked during our chat last night. I don't think we highlighted it, but they were like, did you finish One Piece or? No. I was like, what?
Look at him.
Oh, he's playing with it. That's cute. That's really cute. I love that.
Little kid.
Oh,
so cute.
I love him.
Yeah,
love him.
So it'll be a nice little break.
Yeah, I look forward to that. But yeah, they were like, "Did you finish One Piece yet?" And I'm like, "Why would you think we were gonna do it in a month? Remember that?
God,
we couldn't do it in a year."
No, it was very ambitious.
Yeah, too ambitious.
Oh, just a good question. Everyone's posting their best book of 2021, but what are some of your favorite TV and movies of 2021? That's a big question.
I like that question.
I have to remember what happened.
Yeah. Mayor of Easttown.
Oh, it's very good.
Oh, so good. It was so good. Also, The Flight Attendant. I watched that this year.
Good.
It's so good. I'm excited for more of that. Hopefully next year. I don't know when that's coming out. Of course, Sex Education. Just
so
you got
good.
me onto that. I'm so glad I watched it.
Bad.
It's so good.
Sweet Tooth happened this year. I pulled up a list because there was no way I was going to.
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth was perfect.
Yeah.
Loki was great.
The Circle.
Always, of course.
Always good.
Of course. Invincible happened this year too. Man, so much happened this year. I forgot about. Because I did not remember anything.
Well, and the last Mandalorian season was this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
I'll say a recent one I got really into was The Sex Lives of College Girls. It's another HBO.
I keep hearing about that. That's the Mindy Kaling one, right?
Yeah, I really like that one. Did you watch The Chair on Netflix? Of course I did. But I don't know what that is. I spent a lot of time in higher education, so for me, I was like, this is so real. This is too real. Just watched Midnight Mass on Netflix, and it was so good. I liked it and didn't like it. Like, I liked it. I tend to like a lot of shows by that guy, but I thought it was like a lot of the monologues went for too long. But regardless, I
can't watch it.
Oh, you can't watch it for sure.
I can't watch it.
I was there for Ravi, of course. So, is that the one Twitter that lost his collective mind over the dude because some dude from Sabrina showed his butt? Oh yeah, he did. He was naked a lot in the Sex Lives of College Girls show.
Okay.
I don't remember anything else. I watched so much TV this past year. I think a lot of it's because of we're still in a pandemic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't do anything but watch TV. So then I don't remember anything that actually came out.
I mean, I've already said it, and no one cares. But the new Catfish is so good. Cammie as the new host, she's absolutely amazing. She's what that show needed. I love her so much. You would love her, Maddie. You would love her so much. I promise. It's great.
Oh yes, Mary. Only Murders in the Building. So good.
I still need to watch that.
And I love Cowboy Bebop, and I'll stand by that. I don't care.
I'm really happy that someone's saying it. I haven't watched it, but someone's saying it.
Can't Communicate show. It's been lovely. It's been the highlight of my Thursdays. I don't know what I'm going to do when it's done, because every Thursday I'm like, here we go.
That's Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I need to watch
it. I love it.
Because I love the manga. I love the manga. I'm sure I'll love it.
People gave a lot of hate. I want you to watch it so you can tell me if it honors it well.
I will absolutely.
So far, I'm in love.
Love that.
Oh man, movies. I don't know. What did I see? And Kanto, 10 out of 10.
Man, I want to see it. I know, I want to see it.
Disney Plus.
Is it?
Oh, free, girl.
Girl, I didn't even know. Like, I don't know where I'm at. Oh, Mighty Ducks, of course.
Oh, Mighty Ducks. I will never. Next season will not be the same. Damn it.
Is there gonna be a next season?
I don't know. But if there is, we don't get the thing that we wanted to be finished in it. I wanted the.
How do we not? How do we not? If there's gonna be another one,
he's not coming back to the show.
Why? Because
he was like, people shouldn't have to be vaccinated to be on the show, and so they let him go.
Stop! Yeah. I didn't hear about the. Oh, yeah. I'm so upset. Not him. Not him.
And I want to watch the show regardless, but I feel like you're gonna have to have somebody else come in and be like him. And I feel like it has to be Joshua Jackson. I don't know what we have to do to get Joshua Jackson on this show, but please, dear God, I don't ask for much. But can Joshua Jackson, I know you're making way more money doing other things, but can you just come back? Just do this?
Yeah.
Come on.
I agree.
Please.
I agree. I can't. Okay, so you're telling me.
I'm so sorry to break the news to you like this.
You're telling me. Okay, because I was already mad about the ending.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get it. And now we're really not. Oh my gosh. Lauren Graham's probably pissed.
Absolutely.
I'll blame her.
Absolutely.
I'm so upset.
Those kids deserve better.
Yeah, I love how much this is like, of course this is affecting everything, but I think about like, I work for an ABC affiliate, and they killed off characters in General Hospital because those guys refused. I mean, they've been there for like 30, 40 years, and they were like, nah. And so they're like, we'll kill you off for good. You can't come back as an evil twin. Like, it's like, they did, and it was just like, what is wrong with you people?
Isn't it wild? Like, people are like, no, I'm gonna die in this hill. And I'm like, okay. Like,
like, you had it good.
Shuri,
Yeah.
All these people, like...
I can't. I don't understand.
I don't either. I got vaccinated and boosted. I was all the way in it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, Omicron will not affect me as bad if I get it, which is very likely to happen, apparently, because it's that bad. So...
Well, I was just going to say, when we're rolling around tomorrow, we're going to be masked up. No one else is. But it's going to be great. We're going to live our lives. We're going to get the judgmental eyes around here. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't care. I hope we run into the family members that are wearing masks so I can tell them off. And then delete them on Facebook so I never talk to them again.
I love it.
My top 5 movies of the year: Spider-Man No Way Home, which is great. Raya the Last Dragon, also great. Free Guy, haven't seen it. The Mitchells vs. the Machines, an absolute fucking delight, 10 out of 10. Also because there's a pug in it, and Doug the Pug did the noises for the pug.
Oh, Doug the Pug!
You should watch The Mitchells vs. the Machines, it's very good.
I would love it.
The main girl in it's gay.
Love that.
I mean,
where can I watch that?
About it, but it's
can I watch that anywhere easy?
Oh yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay, I'm writing it down right now.
And Shang-Chi was fantastic. It was very good.
I still haven't watched it.
We rented a theater, so I saw it twice. Once was for work. But a colleague of mine helped out in the movie, apparently. She was like a consultant.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The irony being that the hill will probably actually kill them. Oh, what was the year? Wasn't this year's show, but I finished Stephen King's Castle Rock this year, and turning season 2 into a Misery prequel was genius.
Ooh, that sounds great, actually.
I don't know if I finished it or if I just imagined.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Joshua Jackson, have you watched Dr. Death yet? I haven't, but I've listened to the whole podcast.
I was going to say, I've only listened to it, and I loved it.
This most recent season? Very good.
Did that come out this year? Most recent? Yeah. I haven't listened to that yet. I've just listened to the first one. Okay, I'm like literally opening it up right now, so I remember.
This guy basically catfished this woman, sort of. This like esteemed journalist, like in documentary. She was doing a documentary, and this guy, this like surgeon or whatever, who definitely has faulty records, and was doing this like crazy surgery that he should not have been doing. And she fell in love with him when she was doing the documentary. And like the way that he played her was so bad, and so she's part of like the main voice of this. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
Yeah. And I already posted my favorite reads, but I gotta get better at staring at the actual camera thing and not my face on the phone when it's voicing me, because people keep bringing that up. They're like, why is she looking at my ear? Yeah. And everybody's just like, shut up, which I love.
It's just a camera. Jeez.
Shut up, guys. She's beautiful, and I love her. Leave her alone. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you tell them.
Thank you. Did any of you watch the Hilda animated series on Netflix? I haven't. I know I need to, because
I haven't.
About the book.
Yeah, which... I've borrowed those from the library, like, I want to say 100 times, and I have never gotten to them. So I need to actually do that. Oh, 2022, I'm doing it.
Add to
New
the
goal.
List. Ooh, I did just finish this week, because I've been on vacation, the Wheel of Time show. It's very good.
I keep hearing it.
Very good.
I keep hearing it.
And I need you to watch it.
Because
it's good, but also because
Oh, okay. 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 Is he?
Because it's gay.
You know. Got it. I have that first book, but I've never dove in because I'm like, there's so many books in the series, and I hear it's hard.
Well, now that I've started the show, I can never read the book.
I hear they're pretty different, actually.
Yeah, but
if that matters.
I'm good with this one now. And plus, Daniel Henney's in it, and I have loved him since I was in high school, and he was in Korean dramas. He's in one of the first Korean dramas I ever watched.
That's cute.
And I'm just so proud of him.
Aw.
He's come so far, because he's like half Korean, half American. And like, I remember when he first came, started doing like stuff in the United States, and he was in Wolverine Origins, which is not good. But I saw it for him. And now he's in the Amazon Prime show.
Oh, a big one.
Yeah.
Good for him.
It shows his butt in this. I saw his butt.
I mean, you've been waiting since high school, right?
I only saw it. He looks exactly the same. He's never aged. I don't understand.
I don't get that about people. Yeah. How do you do it? Don't understand. Can't relate.
He's Asian, so.
Well.
And he probably has wonderful skincare, you know? The Korean skincare regimen requires a lot of work, and I have ADHD, so, you know,
I get you.
Stressed. You know, when you have money, you're not stressed. Your skin probably looks great.
Yeah, that's actually true. Can't relate.
Can't relate. Friendly reminder, but do you have, thank you, or have you your schedule them yet? No, I don't. Maybe I'll think about it on my 3-hour drive tomorrow. How about All New Wolverine? Have I done All New Wolverine on Over and New Reader? It's been like a million years now. I don't know what I've done.
I'm not sure either. You could probably just search YouTube for that.
That's true.
See.
Let's do Upgrade Soul again.
We could.
Could.
I'm into it.
I don't know what to read anymore.
You know, it's hard. You
reach a certain point, like, how do you choose books anymore?
Yeah.
I'd still do a webtoon one, but I don't think anybody would watch it.
I mean, we should do it, though.
We should. I just want to talk about our one that we both read.
Yeah. What? My Deepest Secret?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, Mary started reading that after we talked about it, and she was like, I started reading it, and then she bailed, and she's like, I can't handle the main character. Like, what's her name? Emma. And I was like, well, if you're not going to go back, you want me to tell you the twist?
Oh, did you tell her?
I did. And she was like, oh, I may have to go back. I'm like, I know, right?
Oh, yeah, it totally pays off.
It really does.
Oh my god, it pays off.
And then it like gives a certain, there's like a whole new level to like her personality, right? It's just like
so good.
It's like there's a reason that she's kind of that annoying, honestly.
Emma and Helios, regular names for regular people.
Yeah.
Oh man. And I eventually I'd love for you all to both to read Lookism, but it's not like a first webtoon pick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The art's very different, and like it deals with some really heavy stuff, so I can't recommend it right away.
I'm writing it down again, though.
But I want you to eventually read it, because basically, did I describe it to you already? Lookism?
I think, but go ahead, because I don't remember.
So it's just like, this kid gets really bullied because he's overweight. He, like, really bullied, like, dangerously so, and his, like, mother's really poor. He moves to Seoul, to live there, and, like, the little that his mom was able to get together to pay for his apartment. He, like, lives there and has a job and whatever. But he wakes up, there's, like, another copy of him who's, like, beautiful and handsome. And basically when one's asleep, the other one's awake. So he's able to go to high school and be this, like, super hot-looking guy. And then at nighttime, he works at the convenience store. It's this whole look about, like, how he's treated differently, and so he treats different people differently. And it ends up being this bigger picture thing. And eventually, it's like a Korean manhwa. There's always going to be gang things, and it's going to be complicated for no reason. But kind of in a fun way.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, I have to figure out what's happening. There's, like, 300 chapters. It's still ongoing. And there's, like, another person that's like him, too. And you're like, ooh, what is it mean?
Wow.
But, it's very good. It's just a lot at
check
first.
it out.
It's very good.
There's one I started randomly. I'm not far into it. Sweet Home? Are you familiar with that?
Let me look. I'm actually behind on my webtoons right now because I've been playing Hades constantly because I need to get Persephone and Hades back together. And Orpheus and Eurydice. Busy girl. I don't think so.
It's about this kid. He starts out with like
thriller.
It's a thriller. It's like an end of the world. People are turning into monsters. What?
Describe.
Here's the thing. So I was going to ask about this. So I got to like chapter 14, and now every chapter it just says unlock with daily pass. So does that mean I can only read like one a day? Because it was like, nah, you can't do it. You need a daily pass. And I was like, what? I thought this was completed. Yeah, I was very confused.
Maybe it's a special one because it's also apparently a Netflix series right now too.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's a special thing because I've never had to do a daily pass for anything.
Oh yeah, at the top it says one free episode every day.
Oh.
Okay.
I guess because it's special.
Interesting. Well, that's why I stopped reading it because I couldn't keep going. I was like, well, too bad.
But I need to catch up on stuff. But that's exciting because that means I'll have a lot to catch up when work comes back. Well, anyways.
Do you go back next week?
Yeah. Monday.
Cool.
I spent my vacation mostly just cleaning and then playing games, so I don't know if that's a good way to use my vacation or not, but...
Sounds good to me.
It needs to be done.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's fun and needed. It's great.
And I see you tomorrow.
There you go.
You're my only activity of the vacation week.
I'm honored. I'm honored. Excited. You may see family too. It's fine. But
well, yeah, I'll go see some family while I'm in too, because I have to. Because if not, I'll run into them.
Yeah, I hear you.
I've done before.
I hear you.
I can't get away with it again. But yeah, I'm excited. So everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. We'll be back sometime next week.
Sometime next year.
Sometime next year.
Oh.
With our hauls and reads, and then I guess our picks of the 2021.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it. I hope you check our sponsor, InStockTrades.com.
Yep.
I hope you have a good New Year's Eve. Whatever you do for it. I'm not gonna do anything.
Nope.
Probably play Monster Rancher on my Switch.
I'm probably gonna check out some ridiculous musical performances. It'd be great.
Oh yeah. See, I forget that's the thing.
There's only two I want to check out, which are Avril Lavigne and Travis Barker.
No.
Yeah, they're performing together, and we're back in like what 2001 or something. And Billie Joe Armstrong, of course. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're way back. Remember that time we were at the same Green Day concert?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, which one was that? Was it like Nashville or something?
It was Nashville.
Yeah, because Kaiser Chiefs were there, right?
Yes, and I fell in love with Kaiser Chiefs.
Oh, they were so good.
More than Green Day. I bought all their stuff right away.
I mean, I can't relate to that.
I had a really dumb Kaiser Chiefs sweatshirt that was like, it spelled Kaiser Chief with the antlers, but it was illegible.
Oh, nice. Nice. I love that.
Well, anyways, guys, hope you all have a good night. We will see you soon. Thanks for being with us for all of 2021. We'll see you in 2022.
We appreciate it.
Peace.